Hi, I'm Lyndsy Gudde, Passion Party's Executive Director. I started my business in November 2011, and I had no idea how much it was going to change my life. My best friend threw a party and invited me, of course, and I'd been talking to some people before I went to the party about possibly joining the business, because at the time I was a full-time student in LPN school, and I didn't have another job because, well, I didn't really have time for another job. So this seemed like a very fast, easy way for me to make money. You know, 1 or 2 nights a week, no big deal. So I signed up at the party that night. Actually, when my sponsor walked in the door, before she even had a chance to do her presentation, I had already pulled her to the side and told her I was signing up that night. So I kind of bombarded her, but she's okay. My sponsor is Catherine Cook, another executive director. And so I started the business because I wanted the little extra cash, and I was bored. I was 26 at the time, and all my friends are married and have kids, and I got married this last year, but I don't have any kids. So my social life was dwindling, and I really needed something to do. I had to get out of the house. And so then I had my first party. It was terrible. The sales were bad, nobody booked, and I drove about an hour and a half to get there. So, needless to say, I was discouraged and I was a little embarrassed. So, I kind of stopped answering my sponsor's phone calls and her text messages, but she still had faith in me and still texted me and called me every week. So, after that, a tragedy happened in my family. The day after Christmas, I found my uncle. He had passed away, and so I checked out. I completely checked out until February, and I hadn't done anything with the business. You know, I had done enough to stay active, but I didn't have any parties. I didn't have any parties up until April. In February, I went to my first monthly meeting, and that's when I started realizing, oh, well, maybe I can do this. Look at all these other ladies. This is pretty awesome. And I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. So I started going to the monthly meetings, and then in June, I went to a monthly meeting, and they started talking about doing passion parties full time. I'm like, I can do that? I had been to new consultant training, our Passion Parties University, and I learned so much about how to conduct my business because, believe it or not, I used to be really, really shy. I didn't like talking to people. It's just not my thing. So I really started to branch out, get out of my bubble. And so in June, I decided that it was time for me to quit my job because I had started working as a CNA again, working the night shift, and I wanted out. I wanted out of there so bad. So I did the calculations, and I figured out how many parties I needed to do, and I got out of there. I started doing passion parties full-time in July. And also in July, we had Passion Power, which was an amazing little mini convention and such an eye-opener for me. And I really started to get on the ball after that. In August, I actually got married and went on honeymoon. But I had my first big month. I had $6,000 in sales. Incredible. Okay, my sales at the beginning of the year when I first started, they were way down here. Okay, then in June they went up 1,700, then July 3,000, and then boom, 6,000, and I took 2 weekends off. So I was absolutely hooked. And those bonus checks, totally worth it. Totally worth it. So I started sponsoring people in September, and then in October, corporate came out with a new contest. And this new contest was the Passion in Paradise contest, where you could go to Mexico for, I don't remember, 5 days, and go for free, paid for by Passion Parties. Well, I am a little country girl. I grew up on the farm, in the middle of nowhere. I'd never been anywhere. I've never seen a beach before. Never. What's a beach? What's sand? I don't know. Never been there. So I knew the day that contest came out that I was going to be going to Cabo for free paid for by passion parties. So I really started working my business. And by March, we had convention. And at convention, I had made the sales, but I hadn't yet got all the sponsoring qualifications. But at convention, I met so many amazing women, and I got so much encouragement. I mean, I have never, ever felt such a strong pull to a company as I do with this one. We are a sisterhood. We're here supporting each other, helping each other, and everybody's so nice. So nice. Well, yeah, everybody's so nice. So, anyways, after convention, I had some major breakthroughs. I mean, we got to see Dr. Drew at convention. He was our guest speaker. Hello. And, yeah, the Thunder from Down Under, they were there. That was pretty inspiring. So, anyways, when I got home, I went balls to the wall, and I sponsored 4 more people because I needed to. I needed to sponsor 12 people to join my team, which would put me at executive director status to earn this contest. And I did it. On March 30th, the day before qualification ended, I got it. I was so excited. So excited. I was crying. And then we went on the trip to Cabo, and I cried. I did. I've never seen a beach before, and when we walk into this beautiful resort, you walk in, and there's this big lobby, and the beach is way back there. Oh my gosh. I was just in awe, in absolute awe. So this company has totally changed my life. Like I said, I used to be really shy. I was scared of people. Now, I can talk to anybody at any time. I'm doing this video. This is the first video I've ever done. Okay, so if, I get a little meh, that's because, well, it's the first video I've ever done. So I'm still breaking out of my shell, but this business has given me tons of self-confidence. I am 10 times the woman I was at this time last year. And if you would have talked to me this time last year, I would have said, what? Really? You want to sign up on my team? I'll hand you off to my sponsor. I had no confidence. Like, what? I was going to go on a trip to Mexico? No. So I finally really started believing in myself, and my sponsor had a lot to do with that. She started teaching me about mantras. Mantras, mantras, mantras. When she first started talking about them, I'm like, you are crazy. I am not going to say these things and change my brain. That's just not going to work. But guess what? It did. It did. And I say them religiously now, and it's keeping my business going strong. I'm still job optional. I work full-time doing this, and I absolutely love every minute of it. I get to meet so many amazing, incredible women, and I have so much fun while I'm working. Who else can say that? Not very many people. And I don't have to drive in rush hour traffic and all that kind of crap. So, yeah. Passion Parties has changed my life, and they'll change yours too. Just set your goals. Set your goals high. You write down your goals, and you're going to meet them. Just do it. Go balls to the wall. You'll be all right. And even if you make a mistake or, something doesn't happen right, some parties cancel, big deal. It's okay. Not that big of a deal. Because you're going to book those parties again anyways. It's just going to happen. I know, I'm just blabbering. So, I'll finish this up by saying that I love this business, and you will too. Just get in there and stick with it, and make your dreams come true. Thanks.